Hi, everybody. John Harris here with a very special Public John podcast. Yep, I'm dusting this baby off for some special podcasts this week because I want to talk about I want to talk about a show coming up in Topeka, Kansas on the 18th of January with TopCity Comedy. And here's one of my favorite area comics. Let me tell you, this guy, when he walks in the room, I'm like, this guy's going to make me laugh. I know it right away. Before I get started with the very funny JaWon Wheat, let me let you know that the Public John podcast, as all as the Public John media programs, are brought to you by my friend in South Jersey, of all places, Dennis Ingraldi. He is in Vineland Realty Corporation, 634 East Landis Avenue in Vineland. Their phone number is 856-690-9482. If you have a business or residential property need, whether it's buying, selling, you want to rent something out, you need to lease something, give Dennis and his folks a call. If they can't help you directly, they have resources all over the country they can steer you towards. So really great group of people down there. That's Vineland Realty Corporation. Ask for my pal Dennis. Tell you heard about it from the Public John. There again, if you're in South Jersey, you can pop in the office, 634 East Landis Avenue in Vineland. And again, their phone number, 856-690-9482. Thanks, Dennis, and thanks, Helen, his girl Friday down there, and all those people for helping us out here on the Public John. Now, let's get to the business part. That was kind of fun because I like Dennis. He's all right. He's all right. But now let's get to business and fun at the same time. Let's talk to my friend JaWon Wheat. What's up?
What's going on, baby? It's your boy Juan Wavy, aka comedian JaWon Wheat, aka your favorite fat boy from the middle of the map. I know everybody loves to hear that.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Well, you ain't the only fat boy, but you might be the favorite. I'll give you that one. So,
as of right now, we'll see. There's a lot of us in here, man.
I was just gonna say, there's a lot of us. Ain't none of us look like we're starving.
Exactly. We skip a couple meals.
That's it. So JaWon, like we said, is going to be on the show for TopCity Comedy, located at the event center, the Foundry Event Center in Topeka, Kansas. Doors open, I think, at 7. Show's supposed to start 7:30. And JaWon and a couple of other friends, Big Bellies Do It Better. That's
Mr. Ace name. Right there, man.
So we're back to that same theme, brother. We got a little extra around the middle. And our friend Malik, who might be the thinnest out of the 4 of us.
Hey, there, I'm telling you, man. I'm trying to get like Malik one day, man. I think all the power goes to his dreads. That's where it
is. He's the Samson of Topeka comedy. All his
call him Cyrex.
So let's talk to JaWon a little bit about how he got started in comedy. How long have you been doing this, my friend?
Oh man, I started out, my first show ever was a talent show. In high school, I was a sophomore, junior. It was a sophomore. It's 2012. My first show ever, and I was the host.
Really?
I had all that responsibility on me, and I had a set in between.
Oh, really? So you were you did some comedy as well as host the show?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
As a sophomore, man, and I've been loving comedy for years.
I did it as a freshman, hosted a talent show. And got to tell like 2 jokes in the middle. Only both times, only because somebody was having a costume problem change.
See, I told you I've been trying to be like you, man.
The international entertainment signal of stretch. It wasn't like I wrote anything. So, even as a freshman in high school, I had to make sure that I didn't swear when I told the joke.
Like, how about those sheep?
My favorite joke is this one. Oh, no, I can't tell that one. My dad's no, I can't tell that one.
Man, the struggle when you're doing it in high school, man, it's something. I try to make sure I didn't cuss either, man.
That was the hard part.
It was a rough one. Yeah, it was a rough one.
Yeah, but hey, got through it, and you're still kicking it, my friend.
I'm trying to, man. I'm telling you, I'm trying to be like you. You started freshman year, I did a sophomore. You the trendsetter for me, man.
Yeah, but I didn't keep going with comedy for a long time. See, so you got some props on me on that one.
I took a break too. I came back. And to some people, I'm still on a hiatus, but we're about to change that.
The people that were like, he was really funny as a sophomore. I hope he gets that back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, some people
There's
think I haven't
always
topped it
somebody
then.
out there.
So, yep, I got to show them what we're doing out here in these streets.
That's right. That's right. So where was your first gig? Do you remember your first real comedy gig?
Oh man, other than my first one out of high school, it was doing the open mic nights at the break room with TopCity Comedy. And
Okay.
then I did a couple shows, open mic nights, and then it was with Brian Doby
I've
as the
heard the
headliner
name.
was my first one. And I think that was at Just Jay's. I think it was at some bar. It was some venue. It was with him. Actually, no, I
Okay.
take that back. It was at the break room, our first show, and then there was a second one with him. But again, he was the headliner. And
Oh,
yeah,
okay. Cool. What do you think was the best show you ever did? And I
best
don't
show
mean,
I ever
well,
did.
actually, you know what? If you think about it, we talked a little bit off camera, not much, but really, technically, if you think about it, that could be two questions. What's the
Mhm.
best show you did? Don't worry about the audience. What's the best that you think you ever did? And then what's the best reaction? And let's face it, we hope they're always the same, but
Right. We always hope for the best, but it don't come out like that.
that's for sure.
My best one, and you know for a fact, I'm good at recording every single set I do.
You do. That's true.
The best one I ever did was one night I didn't record. I came
You
up.
know what? Oh, that's always the way. I've had two of those, and I've even had friends that were there seeing me going, and one usually records my stuff, even in like I don't do usually record open mic, but like I did a couple shows at the Foundry and a couple in Manhattan. You know, I've done some stuff around here, and one that I really, she said, I don't think they killed, but said you did really great. I never say I killed. I had some comics in New York tell me never ever say you killed because the minute you do, you know, you get in your mind that you can't improve, and you can always improve. You've never ever killed. You can always say had a great night, everybody responded, I had a good night, whatever, but they were like, try to avoid thinking in your mind that you killed. But she was like, you did great, you were awesome. And then she goes, I wished I'd taped it, I wish I recorded it. And I was, you can't get mad at somebody that's volunteering to be there. So I was like, okay. But I know there were at least two. She goes, oh, I wish I recorded that. One was recent. I was like, okay, well, it's all right. You know, but you know yourself, you know whether you did well or not.
Yeah, this and like I said, I try to now every single one, no matter what it is, I'm recording that set
Yeah.
because I like to review the footage and I try to, as I read Steve Harvey's book, I know there's a lot of buzz by his name right now with the Cat Williams interview, all that. I still read his
Yeah, I
book,
haven't.
not Game.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta watch it. You
Yeah.
gotta watch it. If you know anything of everything on the black comedy side, it's a lot. And
Yeah.
there's truths I feel like are really there in the open, and there's some that the waters are muddy. But even
Yeah.
with that, like I was saying, I've read Steve's books. I gained a lot of it. Got a lot of out of it, and with Bernie
Sure.
Mac's books as well.
Oh,
And
Bernie
one thing I
Mac
took from that,
was the,
oh
oh, Bernie Mac was the
yeah,
best. I'm telling you, just
mhm,
when he walked on stage, anytime I saw, and I didn't see him live. I've seen a lot of, but I did see a lot of his shows that were on. You know what I mean? Like his specials, and of course the Kings of Comedy I do have on DVD. That's awesome. The Kangs. Uh, he's hysterical. He was great. Of course, his
him
show was good too.
downstairs.
It was based on his. But Bernie Mac, and I'll be honest, out of the four, he was the funniest to me,
Oh
hands down.
yeah,
And they were
he's the
all funny.
king.
They're all funny, but I thought hands down Bernie Mac was the funniest. He cracked me up, man.
Oh yeah, and he can't speak. So the
Yep, and the
times that
Kang.
I have the mumble mouth and all that, I was like, you know what? That's just Bernie coming out of me, and I'm
Yeah,
fine. If Bernie
yeah,
was able to do it, I should be able to do the mumble mouth too. So
yeah,
we're good. If people laugh at it, we're good.
yeah. That's true. That's true, and that's all that matters. Is we want people smiling and laughing when they come in, and smiling and laughing when they go home. Hopefully, more when they go home.
Exactly. As long as I stay on that person's mind, they enjoyed what I did, and I have that replay moment because that's what made me love comedy so much.
Yeah,
Seeing Cat Williams and
yeah.
Gabriel Iglesias and even
Oh
Jeff
God, yeah,
Dunham. If I can replay their joke in my mind, like at a random point in the day,
Yeah.
That's what I want for my audience, for my fans.
For your
I want to
for
have
your
those moments
jokes
for
to go
them.
out there and them to remember you. That's what you want. I had a
That's the
guy
goal for
last
me.
night, and I don't necessarily think it's my best bit, but you've heard me do it, was the inflatable date thing. I'm running karaoke last night, just hosted karaoke, no jokes, no comedy. But a guy came up to me and he goes, I saw you do oh no, it wasn't the inflatable date, it was the police story. I don't know if you've heard that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the police story. And he came up to me, he goes, I've heard you tell that story once live, 2 or 3 times on video. And dude, I belly laugh every time. He said, I don't even just go, and you tell it a little bit different every time, and it cracks me up. Man, for him to take the time to tell me that at a venue
It
that had
means the
nothing to do with
world.
comedy, he just saw me there. I mean, that makes, like you said, it makes you feel really good. You know, I did something. I did what I set out to do, and that's cool. You got some
And
stuff, man. Your
people
stuff.
don't understand at the end of a set to have someone come up to you and say, "You did great. I
Yeah.
really enjoyed it. I laughed really hard." That
Yeah.
means the world to us comics. I need y'all
Oh,
to understand that.
it's why
Like
we
it
do it.
means the world.
To
Yes,
me, it's why we do it. And if it's not why you're doing it for the wrong reasons.
correct.
You know what I mean? I mean, people are out there thinking it's an easy way to make money. Of course, they find out it's not. Not if they do it
It's oh
right.
my god.
It's not an easy way to make money. You ain't, you know, it takes a long time. It's like, what do they say? Overnight sensations only take a couple of decades if it works.
That's it. And I'm 1.5 decades in,
Woo!
really. So I'm getting it. I just started getting paid for shows 2023. So
Well,
if that tells you anything.
yeah, yeah, it does. It does. But you're getting there, my friend. You keep sticking with it. And this show, I think, is going to be funny. I can't wait to see it. It's going to be great. But
Yeah, and as I have that set up as well as we're placers in that comedy contest we were all part of. So
yeah,
Malik was third, I came in second,
yeah.
and Ace was
And Ace
first.
finished first,
So you
right?
know it's a great show.
Yep. So it's automatically going to be bam, bam, bam. You know, it's going to be funny as heck. I'll probably have to bring an oxygen tank because I'll be like,
Yeah.
so
I got a point to prove. I came in
that's it.
second for years. For years, Malik bested me in comedy overall. He's still a great dude.
Oh
He's
yeah.
one of
Oh
my
yeah.
people I see as my friendly competition aside with
Yeah.
Alonzo Ross. And now Ace is on my radar. We talked a little bit after the contest, and now
Okay.
we're on each other's radar. We
That's
never knew
good.
of each other until that night.
You
And
didn't.
now we
Okay.
know. Yeah, now we know it and it's up and it's stuck. So I have something to prove. So when I
Oh
come
yeah.
up
But you know
on
what?
that
That's
show on the
cool because it's a
18th,
friendly
it's on.
competition.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You know, and that's a good thing. You got some respect for the guy, and now you two, and he's got respect for you, and now you guys will be like, let's let it rip, baby. And if you're in the same
Yep.
show, it's going to be great. So, and
Yeah,
like you
no
said,
holds
Ace
barred.
won, so he's going to be funny. So it's going to be a great
Oh
show.
man.
So
And he went last out of
yeah,
15 people. He went last and
yeah,
won. If that tells y'all anything, the
yep,
man don't play. He
nope,
don't play at all.
nope. And he had to wait through 15, 14 people. You know,
I was third in the lineup, and
yeah,
Malik was like fifth or sixth. So if
yeah.
that tells y'all anything, man.
You guys killed it. You did. So what do you think was your best one? You got one in
Best
mind?
performance
Yeah.
was, like I said, it was at the Happy Bassett. It was my
Uh-huh.
open mic, and I killed it. Didn't record it,
Right.
and that was the best crowd response I
Okay.
got. Like
Yeah.
everyone enjoyed it. I feel like I've had better shows. Like of course the contest. That was
Right.
one of my best shows to
Yeah.
me. Um, I think I had another one. We all have dead spots. I was
Oh
just
yeah. Oh yeah.
that the contest was my best one in my opinion.
Yeah. You were good. You were good, man. You had us. You had us. So I had a good one there at the Foundry. That one that the fundraiser for cats.
Yeah, I remember that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. I had a good one there that night. Um, that's one that they were saying, oh, we should have recorded that, and I was like, that's all right. I know it was,
Hey man,
but you're right, yo.
every time you hit the stage, I laugh. You're one of the best to me. I laugh
Well,
every
thanks,
single
man.
time.
I appreciate that. That's great. And I'm the same way. I see you there, and I'm like, oh man, it's gonna be fun tonight.
Yeah, here we go.
It's like, let's bring this. It's like, where are you
Oh
taking no
yeah.
prisoners?
Nope. Whether it's 5 people or 30, it's the same energy every time.
Yep. And you know what? That's a great point to make, because that's a question I could ask. But what's the least amount of people that you've played in front of? Do you remember?
The least amount,
Yeah,
I
like the
would
smallest
say,
crowd.
it was at the break room, one of my open mics when I first started. There was 3 people, including Vicky, in the crowd.
See, that's yep. And I was in that boat. I had one. I walked in. It was the host, um, couple comics. After that, it was staff. It was a barmaid and a
Mhm.
waitress. That was it. And I was like looking at the host, who's a friend of mine, and he says, "What do you think?" And I went, "Hey, we're here. You know, if nothing else, guys, let's practice, and let's see if they like it. They hear all this stuff. I mean, they can tell us whether it's funny or not." And it was actually kind of fun. Yeah. But you're right. It's a weird feeling though, because you're expecting. But you know what? Like
This
I said, if you have
uproar,
two,
and
5 people and they laugh, I still did my thing.
as long as I have one person laugh, I know I did
That's it.
something. I
That's
don't
it.
care. And
I'm
that's
on to something.
if anyone has watched Dave Chappelle's new special Dreamer,
Oh,
he says that he's
I
labeled a
haven't seen the new one,
lazy
but yeah.
comedian. Oh,
Yeah.
gotta watch it. But he says he's labeled as a lazy comedian because as long as a select group of people laugh, he keeps going where other
Right.
comedians try to get the full uproar, which is a great feeling as well.
Yeah.
But for my ego and everything, as long as I see one person smiling, laughing, I'm good. I'm gonna keep going. I know I can get better because I
Yep.
want that uproar. I want people to give me that standing ovation. I'm working on that.
That's right.
But yeah,
How do you
long,
how do you handle that? I mean, that's how you got to do it. I think that's the way you got to look at it. If I make 1 or 2 people laugh, then I'm not wasting my time. I'm doing what I want to do, and some other people are going to like it, and that's all I care about.
it's just work to be done. That's it. That's
Yep.
why I record every show. I listen to see how many laughs I got for this joke. Like I said, from Steve's book, taking
Right.
my 1-star jokes, my 3-star jokes,
Yep.
and I just want a whole bunch of top tier jokes for
Yeah.
my full set.
And yourself, you can always edit.
Oh
If
yeah.
you record yourself, I mean, there's always something to go, all right, maybe I could cut that a little shorter. Or, oh, wait, there's a
Mm-hmm.
line I could add to that to make this even funnier. So it's like there's recording to me, even if you just audio record, is a great thing. I I used to just audio record because I thought it was a little weird watching myself. It took me a while
I
to get
feel
over
it.
that. Because I had some mannerism too. Now I thought about it and I went, yeah, I got some mannerisms on stage I kind of want to get rid of. So I did start to watch it after that a little bit. Like I pace quite a bit and stuff like that. My friend's like, you got your hands in your pockets. And somebody else says, you know what really works for you? When you got your hand in your pocket. So, I mean, it's a two-way street.
It's that comfort
Yeah,
zone.
you
Like
just got to get
as
a
you see,
comfort zone.
when I'm at the open mic nights, I like to put my leg up on the ledge. I don't know
Yeah.
what it is. That's my thing. I'm comfortable with doing that, and
Yeah.
then sitting down. So I have my tails as well.
I've sat on the stool sometimes. Sometimes I don't. I'll lean on the mic stand or look like I'm leaning on the
Mhm.
mic stand a little bit sometimes, whatever. But yeah, everybody's got their thing. It's just a matter of I wanted to make sure I wasn't doing anything that was distracting somebody from listening to what I was saying. But,
Exactly.
as long as that's out of the way, then yeah, you're right. Be comfortable. Do what you got to do. Because your comedy's better when you're comfortable.
Exactly.
You're relaxed. You're ready to make people laugh. So
Yeah. And like I tell everyone is treat the crowd like you're talking to your friends,
yep.
family. It works. When you're talking to your friends or family, you crack a joke. Cool. You're comfortable, you're relaxed, you're moving around, you're
Yeah.
acting it out. Just do that. And
Yeah.
that's it.
No, I'm with it. Perfect philosophy. What about hecklers? Do you have a particular way you handle them, or you do that on an individual basis?
So by the grace of God, I haven't had terrible hecklers. I think
Okay.
my top heckler has probably been Vicky at a point in time when I had story times on my old job and she
Yeah.
would volunteer to be in it. But other than
Right.
that, like someone just saying, oh, well, I don't believe this, or just yelling out random things,
Right. Yeah.
I haven't had something that's truly negative. But if people do feel like they want to interact, cool. I'm
That's
gonna
the
switch
ones,
to I'm
they're
gonna
the
start
ones
talking to
that
you.
bother me. The ones that want to get involved in your act, or they think they know your punchline.
Oh, I
And
love
they say,
that.
oh, you're going
Yeah.
to say this.
Mhm.
And usually it's matter of fact, they've never guessed the right punchline.
Cause you
And I
don't
had a
know.
heckler
Shut
my
the hell
first
up.
night. So yeah, I had a heckler my first night in AC. So, and the guy, when I got
How'd that
done,
go?
well, it was an open mic in Atlantic City, but there were like 12 comics. It's a packed, it's Atlantic City. It was a Friday night. And the guy, I got off stage and it was cool. The host was like, that's the guy I would pay to see him just take on hecklers for a night. Because I just buried this guy. I'm like, you open it, because he was heckling everybody, trying to get
Oh, okay.
everybody's act. And I was about halfway through, and I went on at first starting it as a bucket list thing. I wasn't looking to do what I've done, which has really been fortunate, and I've had a blast. It's been the greatest time of my life these last few years doing this. And everybody was always like, "You should do this." No, 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 no. Oh, you're so funny. I'm funny talking to you, and there's a huge difference. They don't realize comedy going on stage is a lot of work.
Oh,
Uh,
it is. Oh man,
and I got
it's a
lucky and
lot.
hammered this guy. So it's a lot of work, man. Writing, sorting out, editing. Then you got to go out and try to find places to play.
Mhm.
So it's a lot of work, and you got to sell yourself. You know?
That's key. That
Yep.
if you don't believe in you, how is someone else going
Right.
to?
That's exactly right. You got to show you got some confidence, because if you don't, yeah, I'm a comedian. Yeah, okay. Either you're doing a bit right now, or you might want to step it up a little bit and get a Red Bull or something.
Exactly. And find something that opens you up. Like
Yeah.
what I did with my intro that I say everywhere. What's going on, baby? It's your boy Juan Wavy.
Yep. You do it every
That's been
time.
my intro for years.
Yep.
That's how I open up. And it's like an affirmation for me. Like
Yep.
I know who the hell I am. Y'all about to know who I
Now
am
you
now.
about to find out. That's right.
Hmm.
That's good. I like that opening. Mine is I just come out and just do something ridiculous, because whatever it is, it's not obviously who I am when you look at me. Like, I'll say I'm
Right.
Jason Momoa. I'll say I'm The Rock. I'll say I'm you're asking, is he Crip or Blood? It's like everyone, you look at me and they're like, hey, Crip or what's he talking about?
What are you talking about?
It's something ridiculous. And then everybody's like, oh, Jesus, this guy is what? And now I think I've got him. If I did it right, I got him. And you
You
can
hook
tell
them
when you
in.
do something like that, and you can tell when you do yours. If you get at least a smile, at least a nod, or hey, that's cool, you get somebody that tells you, okay, now I know where these folks are at.
Hmm.
I got it. We got it. We got this going on. So
It's that attention grabber because some
yep,
crowds like to do their own little conversations and whatnot. Nope. I come
nope,
out and I say mine loud and proud. Look
yeah,
at me. I learned from the strippers when I was a bouncer. I had my attention grabber. Like they clip their heels. That's mine.
that's it. I'm yours, baby. You get
Yep,
to be
that's
looking at
it.
me. Get them dollar
All
bills
eyes
out,
on me.
Listen, I brought an umbrella because I'm thinking you're gonna make it rain.
You got to use what you got to get what you
That's it.
want.
That's it. Especially strippers. That's
Oh
actually
man,
the perfect example. You got to use all your tools,
every trick and trade you
every trick
got.
and trade in the book. That's it. What's if you remember, what's the worst experience as a show that you've ever had?
I have two of them.
Okay.
The first one was my friend's wedding. His
Okay.
reception actually. They had me booked to do my thing,
Okay.
and I went after the groomsman's speech and all that good stuff, and
Yeah.
I was supposed to be the best man. So I had this
Oh,
whole thing. I'm the step best man, and
yeah.
the best man isn't doing this, that, and the third. But
Right.
the best man gave his speech, and he was crying, and had everyone else crying.
Oh,
And I was
no.
like, "Yo, I
How you
can't."
gonna get up there
So
and tell jokes?
I can't crack on him now,
Oh,
man.
I can't.
I
Yeah, I can't break
can't.
his chops. Yeah.
Yeah, so I got up there
Oh,
and I was nervous, and everybody's like, "Yeah, we heard the shakiness in your voice." I was like, "Man, I was trying to ad lib and I wasn't good at it yet."
yeah.
So yeah, it was bad. That was the first one.
Oh,
And my second one was one of the shows I like to talk about a lot because ever since then I've been on a tear, and it's when I opened up for comedian Desi Banks.
okay. Oh, nice.
And oh man, Desi's such a great dude. Him,
Yeah.
Alton, Detroit Reed, man, they gave me so much love. They gave
It's
me
awesome.
shit, especially Alton. He gave me
Oh, it's
shit.
good
Desi didn't
though.
give me too much shit.
Yeah.
But when I went up, I had my 5 minutes just to
Right.
open it up, get the crowd ready. And I was so used to just going out telling my stories. So
Right.
I practiced at my 3 stories. I was going to do boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
That's it. And I thought I was going to be introduced. I wasn't. When I came out, the music was still playing and everyone was talking. This is in Kansas City at the Improv in Zona Rosa.
Okay.
So the house was packed.
Yeah.
So I came out. They had Lil Jon and the East Side Boys playing, and I came up and as I did my intro, my
Right.
"What's going on, baby?" It's your boy Juan Wavy.
Yeah.
And halfway through it, that's when they turned the music off.
Oh shit.
So I was like, "Oh shit, y'all didn't expect me to come up here, did you?" And I got some chuckles,
Yeah.
and I went straight into my stories, and I had 5 minutes flat. I went 5 minutes and 30 seconds. They cut my mic off, and I
Are
was
you
at the
serious?
last
And
joke.
I know they don't play 30 seconds
They
over, right?
don't,
That's
and I
quick.
got the light, so I'm
That's
used to the light
wrapping
meaning
up.
1 minute
Yeah.
warning.
Right.
His manager said the light meant stop right then. I
Wow.
didn't know that. So they
Yeah.
cut my
No,
mic off 30 seconds in.
you always want to tell the comics before you start the show.
Yeah, it's all right. Like the front row, everyone loved me. The back, I got a couple chuckles,
Yeah.
but other than that, it was as Alton told me, the violins were playing.
Yeah.
So
So
even
some
after
of
my
them
mic
people
got cut
probably didn't
off,
even hear what you said, man.
exactly. So as soon as my mic got cut off, I was like, oh, they cut my mic off. Well, thank y'all for y'all time. And
Yep.
everyone
Good night.
laughed.
Yeah.
People stood up. I got my little standing ovation.
That's
They
cool.
clapped. I had people come up to me and say, "Hey, man, you did a great job. Just keep working, but we loved
Yeah.
what you did."
That's good.
So it was still a good night. It wasn't what I wanted. Like I was
Right.
like, "Oh man." And this was right after the Fox 43 show Vicky and
Okay.
everyone put
Yep.
on for us. So
Yep.
I was off that high. So I was like,
Yeah.
man, I'm about to go kill this. This is it. This is going to be like, oh man, I need you to go on the road with me. Like I was pumped. And
That's cool.
I took a L, and I don't mean a loss. I took a
Right.
lesson.
Right. That's perfect. That's a perfect way to put it.
And since then, I've been on the tear. I worked on my crowd work. I'm relating more to the crowd.
Yeah.
So even though that
I
was
love
one of my
relating to
worst
the crowd.
shows,
I
it
do.
helped.
I admit it. I'm a ham. I love relating to the crowd. I think my shows are better when I relate to the crowd, even if it's just a little bit. If I see a reaction to something I've just said, I'll go, you know what I'm talking about. And I'll get into
Mm-hmm.
it a little bit with them. Uh, it's a lot of fun. To me, that makes it even
What was
more
your worst shows to you?
fun. I'll be honest, one of them was in Topeka. I can't remember, not not the last one. I think the one before that I did. I don't know why I got up there and I did my thing, but I got no reaction at all. And I was like, wow. And the contest, I didn't think I did very well either. Um,
To me,
but
you did.
thanks. I appreciate it. I thought it was all right, but I didn't. You know, when you get off stage, you know whether you did okay or not in your mind. And I
Yeah.
didn't think I was missing something. You know, I don't know what it was at the time, but I was missing something. And I think it may have been energy. I think I didn't have my normal energetic aura, and I think that's what did it with the audience. And that's the two times, the one in Topeka. Not it wasn't the contest. There was one before that. I did a show there, and for some reason, I didn't get much reaction at all. And I was like, wow, you know. I had one in New Jersey, which is where I first started, that I was trying a bit, and comics loved it. The guy that got me started in Atlantic City loved it. He said it's a great existential thing, and he gave me a couple pointers. And he's in Vegas. He's got a what the heck do you call it? He all the time. He's a residency. at the
I
LA
got you.
Comedy Club in the Stratosphere.
Hmm.
Supposed to go out there, I think, in late summer. But he made me get up and start. I wasn't prepared to go up my first time. I had a bad night. He thought it was great. Comics thought the material was great, but it was more kind of like a character.
Hmm.
And I liked it when I improved it. And what I did is I played this delusional guy. I'm in a suit and I'm acting like I'm talking to you like I'm a talk show host. And then my guest tonight is, and I go into an impression like I'm somebody else, and then an impression like I'm somebody else. And I'm talking one guy, but I'm talking to them. So I'm trying to come off as I'm a little schizo. It got chuckles. The impressions got the laughs, but the lines didn't. And there was one night, even the impressions didn't get the laughs. And I was like, this is a lot of work for, at best, a mediocre response. And for that night, that one was the one. It was the worst night, but you learn from your mistakes. And I realized at that point, all right, I got to revamp. There's some things that work. I got to figure out a different way of telling them. This talk show thing, though funny, might be better off as a skit thing somewhere than a stand-up bit.
So how many edits do you give a joke before you say, all right, that's it, never say it again?
Oh, before I never say it again, probably I go through a lot. I'll say anywhere from 7 to 10 at least. Um, and normally if I get to 7 to 10, it's because for some reason I really like the joke.
Right.
And I'm like, this is funny. And I edit the heck out of it because I'm thinking there's gotta be a way for me to let the audience know this is funny. Because I'm thinking it's not their fault. I always look at the audience as my conduit. Like I have to communicate to them. Uh, and I'm the one that has to make sure they understand what I'm saying. It's not their fault if I don't communicate it properly. So when I have a joke that hasn't worked for a few times and I think it's funny, and that's when the recording comes in, like you said, and I'll just rework it and rework it and
Yep.
rework it. But when it gets to a certain point, I don't count the times, but I would say it's 7 to 10 times somewhere like, all right, if it hasn't worked by now, it's not going to work. And I have to cut it loose. And I've had a couple. I have one I still tell, I think. And sometimes I'll say, hey, you guys might not think this is funny, but it's just for me.
And we talked about this, and I say
Yeah.
this every time. If someone doesn't laugh at something I like, I say, fuck y'all, funny to me.
Yeah.
And I'll probably say it again.
I did one night and everybody liked it, and I've never done it since. I keep forgetting to do it. I'll tell a joke and it maybe won't get a laugh, but I'll go, folks, you don't have to laugh, but I just want you to know one thing. I got a little bit of schizophrenia. I got multiple personalities, and right now 7 people are laughing their asses off inside my head. I'm getting a response, whether it's from you people or in here.
Somebody
And
gonna
that
laugh,
usually
damn it.
gets everybody going. It's like, okay, we see it. We got you. So yeah, there's a way around it. Uh, but yeah, I would say it's at least, if it's a joke I really liked and really think fits something, I'll go through it 6 or 7 more times after telling it each time. You know what I mean? Like, what's the reaction to it? But that's where recording comes in. That's where it's huge. Somebody sends me a clip or I get it recorded myself. I'll watch it and go, or I'll go, hey, that was a little better than last time. Maybe I can make it more direct now and still
I
polish
feel
it
it.
up and work on it.
Now, do you watch other comedians' videos like game tapes?
Sometimes, sometimes. So you know yourself now, it's hard to watch a comic and just enjoy comedy. Just sit back and go, okay. Because I'm focused on what's their presentation, what's
Mhm,
the thesis of this idea,
mhm.
what's the main point, Um, so sometimes it's hard for me to watch it as just a straight up piece of entertainment,
I hear you.
because um, and most of the time it's that kind of a style. I never want to copy somebody, but
Right.
maybe I see, oh, that really works for that guy, or this really works for them. But I do. I try not to be critical, because we know how hard it is. You know, somebody's out there doing it. I know how hard it is. You know, so I try to be supportive. Now, if somebody gets an ego and thinks they're really good and they're really trying to put other comics down, I don't make fun of them on stage, but I'll say, yeah, I'm not sure that's right, man. You know,
Oh yeah, they end up tying for fourth place on the comedy contest.
yeah, yeah. You tied for fourth. Congratulations.
All that talk you put in the group chat, and you know who I'm talking about.
Yep, yep. Well, it was like somebody said to us, remember in the group chat, oh, we know who we're gunning for, or we know who we got to watch out for.
Mm-hmm.
And then Dan and somebody said, I think somebody's gunning for a couple of you people. And I just went, you know what? It is what it is. If it makes them funnier, that works.
Hey, tell them bring it
Work a
on.
little harder, made
Let's
them
let the
funnier.
crowd decide.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Did we all laugh along? Sure. Okay, it worked. I don't care. So long as, like you said, one person in the room laughs, I'm good. So you got the show. It's coming up the 18th.
Yes, sir.
I can't wait. That's not this coming Thursday, but the next one is we record today. And with Malik, who is another funny SOB, and Ace, you know, big bellies do it better. And you know, I'm thinking he might be right. We might have to tell him make some t-shirts so I can, you know, head up to the ladies and go, hey,
bellies do it better.
We do it better, baby. You know, you're missing out.
It's gonna be a great show, man.
I mean, if it's on my shirt, it must be true. But if it's on the internet, it must be true.
Hey, there it is. That's why I'm trying to push my merch too. Laughter is life. And
that's true. That's great. Laughter and life. I love that. I love your shirts. I've seen some of them. They're great. So I just have a couple plain ones, but I have one that people seem to like, and it's just a saying. I don't have any emblems. I don't have anything, but it just says, I don't care. And then it says, see back. And on the back, it just says, still don't care. It is what it is, man.
Hey, I love it, man. I need one. We need to do a jersey swap.
That's it. Yeah, we should. That'll be great. I like that, the old jersey swap. You don't have to be athletes to be an athlete.
Yeah, that's what I'm in it for. Like every show I go to, if another comedian has merch, I want to do a jersey swap. Yeah, every time.
Every time. Nothing wrong with that, man. I'm actually getting some made, so when I do, I'll let you know and get your size, and we'll swap it out, baby. That'll be great. So, I don't know. You got anything else you want to let me know about, brother, or let me know about the show, or anything else you got coming up?
Hey, I have something in the works. Me and Alonzo, I'm trying to get things together. Chris Ware, I need you to hit me back. We got to get this venue together. I have things in the works because I want to shift into doing my own shows.
Yep.
And I just want to bring more of an audience. And I need the people that say, y'all want to come to the shows. You'll see me out in public. Oh, man, let me know when we have a show. I'll be there. And as Cat Williams say, I'm about to start calling y'all Fat Fades On Live. I need y'all to be there because I can count on my hands, both hands, how many people that actually showed up.
Yeah.
It's all love every time. I'm not going to worry because it's never going to be, this is the last show.
Right.
But start popping out before the world sees who I really am, because it's coming.
Oh, yeah.
God gave me
I think it is.
And I believe in it.
You got to keep plugging it, baby, because I think it is. I think you're the goods, man. I think you're going to get there. So.
And if I make it, when I make it, we all make it. Like I'll never forget all my day one comics, all the grind we put in. If I make the breakthrough before anyone else, y'all coming with me. Like Sweet. I'm about to Adam Sandler some shit.
Yeah,
like,
there you go. He's got all his,
his
friends. He's got his group. He's got his crew. Every time he does something, he picks up the phone, and he treats them right. I can't remember what movie it was, but I know there was one. He bought them all Lamborghinis, I think it was. And
which one was that?
And he bought, can you imagine that? I think it was one of the Grown Ups movies. And he bought them all sports cars. And he bought one for one of the guys who doesn't drive, and he totally forgot the guy doesn't drive. He bought
Yeah, that's
Like,
the blessing right there to
you need
pass
to
it
learn.
along.
Joe, Norm Macdonald didn't have a driver's license, never drove.
Ah,
And he bought
there it
Norm,
is.
he bought Norm a car. There was one of the funniest guys ever. So,
Yeah,
because he took,
and that's part of the blessing, man. Is once God gives you yours, you got to spread it, and
yep,
that's why a lot of comics are in the position they are. They're
yep,
in, and a lot of celebrities too that are still wholesome. That's how you
yeah,
stay in that position, and I love it. Like I
yeah,
love for everyone to make it. There's
yeah.
enough for all of us.
And you ever notice you go back and look at the ones that are, you're going to find out they're the ones that worked hard to get there.
Yep.
That's the key. And you sit back and go, they worked hard and they deserve what they got. And then, like you said, then they share it, and that's great to me. So, well, coming up January 18th, the Foundry Event Center in Topeka, Kansas. Doors open at 7. Show starts 7:30. Our boy Malik is going to be there. Our boy Big Bellies Do It Better. Yeah, baby. You're a spokesperson for all of us. Oh, yeah, I'm with you. These guys, all three of them, placed and or won a spot in Topeka's last comedy show. They were great, and it was the audience and judges that decided, so it wasn't just a popularity contest. These guys earned it. I was there, and they smoked it. They brought the house down, all three of them. So if you get a chance to go, you got to go. Check the Top City Comedy's Facebook page. That's who's putting it on in Topeka. It's a lot of fun. Go see these guys. Go see my boy JaWon here. He's the goods. He's the goods, man.
Hey, keep it going. No matter what y'all do, whatever you do in life, always find the light in that situation. I'm talking about all my blessings now. This is my first time ever placing in that comedy contest. I've been in 5 separate ones, and Vicky and Dan like to fluff it up to the crowd sometimes and say JaWon has won. I've never won one. This is my first time placing. I went from not placing to getting second place. Anything
That's a
can
big
happen if you
climb.
believe in yourself.
That's a big climb. I finished one of theirs third. My goal was to top that, keep going and top that, and win one of them. I won one in Manhattan since then. That was cool, but I want to win one of Top Cities. So I'm gonna keep
We're
plugging.
gonna get there. I'll be right there when you do it too. I'm gonna give you a hell
Sweet.
of a fight.
That'll be a
I'll be
good
right
fight,
there
baby.
though.
Well, let's face it. If I'm lucky enough to win one, it's only because you're right behind me at 2 for some reason.
Hey,
Or
there it is.
it's
We
probably gonna
support
be
each other.
reverse, but that's all right. I'm good with that. As long
Hey,
as
you
we keep
never
doing it,
know.
we keep making people laugh. That's all we can do.
That's the point of it all.
That's it. All right. So for my friend Dennis Ingraldi at Vineland Realty Corporation in Vineland, New Jersey, their phone number 856-690-9482. My name's John Harris. I'm here with the Public John. I want to thank my special guest, JaWon Wheat, your boy.
Hey, thank you for coming. Thank you for letting me come. Everyone follow me on social media, comedian JaWon Wheat. If you can't spell my name, JaWon. Last name Wheat, like the grain. It's
Like the
Kansas.
grain.
Come on.
That's it. That's JaWon as in Nancy. Last name is Wheat. You'll find him on Facebook. And if you ever see that he's in your neighborhood, man, you got to go see him, because if you don't, you're missing out. You really are. So for JaWon, for my pals at Vineland Realty, for Top City Comedy, and all of us here at Public John Media who supposedly help with the show. I want to thank everybody. JaWon, take care. We will see you on the 18th, my friend.
Hey, I'll see you around, John, man. I appreciate you.
No problem. We will see you later, folks. Have a great night.